What is going on, Cubs fam? It is that time. Rogue Actions Monday morning. You love to see it. And you know that we have brought the Hallmaster, the recently anointed, worthy of 2,000 subs on Twitch, legend, Urzatron. What's going on, Urza?
Cubs, what is going on, brother? Happy to see you guys. Cubs fam, happy Monday morning to you guys. We're bringing the energy, and we're here to talk about Star Wars Galaxy.
And your voice sounds better. We were at the end of your video, and it sounded like you were, you were stuck in a little bit of Bantha Poodoo over there.
Yeah, a little bit of Bantha Poodoo, but, took a little of this water here, and we're good to go. So let's do it, man.
Okay, here we go. Meme of the week. You haven't seen this yet. All right, here we go.
I haven't seen this one.
Weird flex, but okay. All right, this comes from CG Ad Darth Cowie. I'm not sure who that is. Who's that? I'm going to get some lore hate for this. I'm not sure who that is. All right. So this is supposedly from their website where it says over 10 major title updates and hundreds of content releases. And then 130 minutes. Average player spins their favorite Star Wars character for around 130 minutes per day. You know what, that makes me think. I haven't even checked their website. Let's see here. Capital Games. That's not actually on their site, right? I can see, because they have that one computer joke. Wouldn't that be funny if that was actually on their website? Let's see. It was on the studio tab.
Like an earnings report or something from.
No, it's on the studio tab, it looks like. Oh my.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. Average player plays Galaxy of Heroes. So, okay, they took it from this.
Yeah,
Average player plays Galaxy of Heroes 130 minutes. Anyway, isn't that just fun? Like, isn't that indicative of the current state of everything? Or is it like, I don't know about you, but I have sat down in the last week ready to make a Galaxy of Heroes video, and I just don't.
Yeah.
Because I just can't think of anything to make videos on. There's
the average
nothing.
player plays 130 minutes a day. This is so outdated. There was a point in time where I played a lot. Dude, I'm in and out 5-10 minutes now, man. It's unless it's a grand arena.
How could you play this game for 130 minutes a day? I stall my brains out on my Twitch stream when there's not a grand arena to try as hard as I can to fill in 60 minutes.
Yeah,
it's very hard to do.
Didn't we have a conversation a few weeks ago that it was like a total of like 18 minutes to get through everything?
Yeah, I think it was 19 minutes is how long it took me. I did it on my Twitch stream, and I didn't rush. I just did my thing. They even had an assault battle. I went through it all, and 19 minutes is how long it took me to do everything I possibly could, with the exception of like shifting mods around and stuff.
I would say on the MSF side, you could probably get through everything in 25 minutes. 25 minutes for everything. So, I mean, 19 minutes.
Including Blitz?
Yep, you only have to do 2 Blitz battles if you're just trying to check all the boxes and get your Wolverine shards.
True. All right, well, it is what it is. I thought this meme hit on all the... That's funny. That's a funny edit. I thought for a second, I'm like, what if they actually put that in there? That'd be pretty funny.
The best thing is just, while we're on the topic of spinning characters, whenever I like gear something up on stream, we take it to like a relic level and it flashes. Everybody's like, yo, spin that thing. Spin it.
That should be a new segment on all of our streams. Just taking everything and just
spin that thing.
Spin that. All right, next subject. We have got a Kylo buff here. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I want to kind of take this from 2 angles. So here's the post right here. We've added 2 things to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's kit, which you and me care a lot about. Added all dark side allies gain plus 30 speed to all tiers, and then added dark side allies can't be critically hit while they have advantage to the final tier. Do you feel like they hit the mark on this, Urza?
Yeah, 100%, man. I feel like the plus 30 speed to all dark side allies is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, it still screams with the advantage call there that you're going to run it with First Order, considering that First Order generates advantage. It's kind of what the faction does.
Right.
But no, I'm very happy that it does open some more theory crafting possibilities up with dark side characters. And it makes it a little bit more even with what the power level of Rey and how good GL Rey is. So absolute 100% down with this. Feel great about it, actually, because a lot of people invested a lot, and now they're getting something back for that investment. So I don't know. What do you think about it?
I have to say I'm impressed by that take, because we like to sling it a little bit. over towards CG, and I think that was a pretty fair and balanced take you gave. I applaud you for it. So here's the thing. To me, this is less about Rey, because I feel like Kylo was already better than Rey, in my humble opinion. This to me seemed like it was a direct reaction to General Skywalker being able to beat these teams with only one other 501st ally. Was that not your impression? Did you think that they actually wanted to balance it for Rey?
I think it was probably looked at Sky Guy and they were like, we got to fix this. And then
they said they were. They said they were.
If at the same time, if they were going to do it, they probably. So here's the thing, man. I look at my numbers in terms of the amount of GL Rays I faced. I faced like 3 or 4 GL Rays at this point in GAC. I've never faced a Supreme Leader Kylo. I know they're out there, but
more people went for Rey, I think, and so I think people are disappointed. A lot of people are disappointed by that. But one thing I will say is I do like that they would open up theory crafting by having it be dark side, not just First Order. I hate how many. It seems like every character that comes out now, they're limiting the faction synergy. It's just 100% faction synergy. Now, here's one thing I want to discuss, and I want to get your take on this, Urza, because I've gained a new perspective as I've been 100% all in on covering Disney Sorcerer's Arena, and that's kind of become a game that I'm approaching with equal effort right now than I am with Galaxy of Heroes, both from a content creation standpoint and from just a player enjoyment standpoint. And several times within the last couple months of playing this game, I have seen Glue, the studio that is leading this game, make balance passes to characters. Most recently, they made a balance pass to the Aladdin team, which had nothing to do with the meta. It's a free-to-play team. They just took it would be equivalent to CG taking something like Bounty Hunters and just saying, we're making the Bounty Hunters better. Here's some buffs we've added. Here's some adjustments to their kits and balances we've made to them so they're going to function a bit differently. No packs, no new characters, nothing. And I thought about that approach versus what we see in Capital Games and how everything, any balance pass we see, Urza, seems to be 100% connected and motivated by protecting whatever the top meta is in this game. Do you feel like that's okay? Have you accepted that at this point? Or do you think that they should be making more balance passes just to make certain teams better without any strings attached to it?
Man, this hits home because I felt like this is like a clear-cut indication that they just don't care. Like, to me, like I've always advocated that we should have a guy on staff basically just turning the dials once a week, and then he puts that, and they can push that out in the update notes. It's something, even if it's something so minute and so minimal. But to your point, though, like, is there anything better than having like garbage characters and having them farmed up? So you remember in our game, General Veer's garbage character for the first until Imperial Troopers came out, until they really made that Imperial Trooper faction. They gave Veers the Zeta. And they reworked his kit a little bit, and they reworked all of that. They gave all the Imperial Troopers synergies together. And I had my Veers, because you know me, I'm the guy that invests in crap characters when no one has them, right? So I had my Veers 100% ready to go. Dropped the Zeta on him day one, and that was one of the most satisfying feelings ever, because this is early game, Cubs. This is when no one had these characters, and it was like you're either farming the meta or you're not. And I don't know, man. To me, that's a very satisfying feeling to take something old and make it new. And it doesn't even have to be great. It just has to give it a little bit more utility. And it's not like they're having to reinvent these kits and reinvent animations or anything like this. They could just make subtle changes to make it relevant.
See, here's something I want to point out about the example you gave, because that's a great example of something that I think lands very well with the community when they do that. But even that, they're reworking a character, but they're also saying to use him, you got to go get these new characters, right?
Right.
Can you think of a single moment in history of this game that CG has passed, given a balance pass to like a whole team without having a catch to it of, here's a new character you got to use to make it useful?
Okay. Rebels.
Okay.
OG Rebels. They got it. They didn't. There was no ties to that, was there? It was a celebration of New Hope, right?
Was this when CLS Rebels came out?
CLS was, it was right after CLS came out. They did it. But there was no...
Wasn't that tied to CLS, though?
No, CLS was just in random Rebels.
Okay. Well, so let's say, maybe we could debate this, but let's say that is the last example. CLS, man. We're going back to, like, when CLS came out.
2017. It's 2020 right now. So.
And I really like how you said this hits at home, and it just shows that they don't care. And that's something that right now I've people ask me how I feel about the future of Disney Sorcerer's Arena. And this is one of the reasons I feel so good, is because I see the devs going out there and making changes to balance their game that aren't connected to funding their game. And to me, the perception is, now maybe my perception's wrong, maybe I become very biased, but I just haven't seen CG do anything in a very long time that wasn't just about protecting the bottom line. Something that was just focused on balancing the player experience. You just don't see that over here.
Yeah. And I think that somewhere along the way it was said, we're not doing anything that doesn't bring us in money. Like it just, and for that's not going to bring them in substantial money. Sure, it may force people to gear up characters where they wouldn't normally gear them. And that seems like a very simple changes they can do, but I think just somewhere along the way that was said, and that's been the mantra.
I got a news flash for you, CG. Client rapport is important to your bottom line. All right, let's get into the last subject. We're going to move away a little bit from Galaxy of Heroes and talk about The Mandalorian Season 2, which is upon us. Mando Season 2. Now, did you know, Urza, that they confirmed that it is not delayed because of COVID-19? It's going to be fall 2020.
I did not know this. This is great news. Thank you for telling me.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, doesn't that just make you super happy?
I still have to get around to watching the behind the scenes special on Disney Plus.
Oh, they're so good. Yeah, I gotta finish that up. It's really fascinating. I love there's one particular episode where Dave Filoni just went off on his relationship with George Lucas, and a lot of things were said that were just like, wow, you got to watch it. But
okay.
Yeah, you got to watch it. But what I want to talk about is we've got all of these characters that have been basically confirmed. I haven't seen official confirmation, but I've seen lots of reports, and the actors connected are not denying it. And so some of their tweets kind of seem to suggest, okay, yeah, they seem to be involved. And that's, of course, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, which came out a while ago now. But we've also got Boba Fett and Bo-Katan confirmed. I believe Bo-Katan it's the voice actress who played Bo-Katan in Rebels. And so how you feeling about like where the Mandalorian might be going with those three big names coming into the show?
So Rosario Dawson feels perfect for me. I don't know. Dude. I'm really excited for that. I've always thought that a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know about a live action Ahsoka. What if they get it wrong? What if they, she should never go.
There is pressure to do it right.
There is pressure to do it right. But I feel like how they casted the Mandalorian with Carl Weathers and Gina Carano, Pedro Pascal, it was 100% dead on. So I have 100% like faith that they're going to do a good job with this. I just hope they don't rely too much on trying to make it more about those characters, and they can just continue the Mandalorian story. They can be set pieces, they can be there, but let's not make it the Ahsoka show. If we're going to make an Ahsoka show, let's introduce her and then let's make that show, because I think everybody would want to see that. So that's kind of how I feel. Everybody. Yeah. I mean, me and you love her. She's great. And how did you feel about the Rosario Dawson casting, by the way? Because a lot of people are torn on that.
Yeah, so I love it. And I think I think the reason why people were torn by it, in my perception at least, is because they wanted Ashley to be playing Ahsoka. Right. They wanted the voice actress to be out there playing it. And you know what? I respect that, because she's somebody that would have been so honored to play the role, and she has such an affinity for Ahsoka, and she's so good with the fans and everything. But I think at the end of the day, we have to ask what is actually going to be best for the stage acting. And Ashley Epstein, I think is how you say her last name. Epstein, yeah. She is a voice actress, and I haven't seen her. Maybe she'd kill it, But I know Rosario Dawson's gonna kill it. I feel like it's much more confidence. And if you watch the Netflix Marvel shows and paid attention to Rosario Dawson, I feel like she's somebody that really digs deep and goes the extra mile with fandom and making sure that she is connecting with the fandom and that kind of thing. So I trust her with that role personally.
I mean, as I said, the casting has been spot on everything. So it's all good, man. I'm nothing but excited. But there was something else that came across. One of the questions that I kind of passed on for Rogue Actions this week was this notion that Thrawn getting some sort of live action thing. You mentioned something about this. The question I got for Rogue Actions, this is kind of like a bonus question here, is who would you cast for Thrawn? Because there's one name that always kind of comes up for that role. Who would you cast for Thrawn?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, so that's the name that everybody says. He looks like Thrawn. And have you seen that?
His acting, like it's not so much like, for me, I think some people get hung up on the look, but I see how he plays other roles, right? And how he's been in shows like The Imitation Game, or how he plays Doctor Strange, or how he was in Sherlock, and he can play a character like Thrawn. It's to me, it's a lot less about how he looks and a lot more how he acts, and I could just see him just slaying a part like that.
Yeah. He could do both sides of it. That's 100%. He looks the part, and then he could do.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Stephen Strange, very like calculated, very kind of methodical, and it's the same kind of approach. I think he could nail it. So,
if they do it, they probably won't cast him just because he's the one people want. But I don't know. That'd be amazing, man. I would have so much confidence.
I don't know, man. They always said that Rosario Dawson was going to be Ahsoka.
That's true. That's true.
It came to fruition.
That's true. That's true. Also, speaking of roles for Benedict Cumberbatch, a good reference point on how he might play Thrawn would be to look at how he did Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness.
I've never seen Into Darkness. So.
Really? Oh, man. Yeah. Just go check that out. So, Star Trek fans don't like it, but the average casual fan, I thought it was fun. And so, anyway. All right, well, that's going to do it for today. Let us know what you guys think about The Mandalorian Season 2 coming out in the fall of 2020. I'm sure we'll have a lot to say about that. Hopefully we get more characters. And then also fill in the blanks on our discussion about Kylo's buff. And, of course, the how much time... Here's what I want to know. How much time do you spend every day spinning your characters? Or is that how much time do you spend every day doing that?
30, 40 minutes at least.
30 to 40 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
Come to my Twitch stream today. I'm going to be live at 10:15 Pacific Standard Time, and we will be spinning all of our characters one at a time, 5 minutes each on the stream. All right, Urza?
Spin those characters. Cup spam.
Let's play Spin That Character. All right, fam. Thanks for joining for the video. And as always, my brothers, don't forget...